Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Tarek. I'm back today with another video. If you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on, so every time I upload a video, you guys are notified. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers, so please be sure to tune in. There's a lot going on. There's actually a lot going on. We have Chris Brown, which we're going to talk about in this video, getting arrested. We have Tory Lanez getting stabbed. We have the Diddy trial currently going on, and DDG and the Halle Bailey situation. Like, there's actually a lot I don't I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my voice, but there's actually a lot of stuff going on, and that means there's a lot to talk about. But I had time today, I'll be so real. Like, I was off work, but it was like unintentional. My mum hasn't been well. Don't worry, I don't want like sympathy or anything like that. It's just I'm just letting you guys know my mom wasn't well, so obviously I've been here doing doctor duties and looking after her. So I could not. I was actually on my way to work today, but then she called me and asked me to stay home with her. And yeah, the rest is history basically. When your mother calls you and tells you that, you know, she's not doing well, everything else goes out the window and I rush home. So it's like, yeah, I had to tell my manager, yep, I'm not going to make it today. And that's just that. But yeah, so I had time, but I didn't have time because I was busy looking after Mumsy. But yeah, I'll see if I could talk about the other things as well. I don't know if I want to talk about the Diddy trial. I really need to like do my research thoroughly into that to really talk about that. And I don't like how people, side note, before we get into this whole Chris Brown thing, just to talk about this whole Diddy thing quickly, I don't like how you lot are telling Cassie how she should have, like, been during what she was going through. Like, you lot actually bang out of order. You lot should literally watch the way you speak, innit? Because some of you have never been aid before. Like, you've never been aid before. So, just be mindful of the things you're saying, yeah? Cool. That was just a quick side note, because I've been seeing a lot of people thinking they can try and tell people how to be. You don't know what that girl went through. So it's just mentally as well. Yeah? So just being very, very mindful. I don't think there's anything else that I have to tell you guys. But yeah, let's just get into this whole Chris Brown situation. So I was really upset to see him getting arrested. And I thought it was something recently that he had done. But when I done my research and I dug a little deeper, it turns out that it's actually to do with something that happened 2 years ago. I just want to say this for people that think they can do stuff and get away with it. You could do something and flee the country, or, you know, not return back to that country for a little bit, but you're gonna end up meeting your match eventually. It's a thing where it's like, from this video, take away that you can run but you can't hide. So if you know you're gonna do dirt, cool. Well, not cool, but like, okay, cool. But like, it will catch up to you. In the back of your mind, just always think that the dirt I've just done will catch up. It will catch up to you. So yeah, you know me already. Oh my god, I didn't even have the page ready. My god, this is so bad. This is so bad. Okay, so I've got my notes here. It's not much. So this video shouldn't be too long. I shouldn't keep you guys here for too much of your time. But yeah, let's get into it. So Chris Brown was arrested in Salford over an alleged bottle attack at London nightclub 2 years ago. Everything is alleged because he hasn't been convicted. He's just been arrested, and he's in custody, remaining in custody at the moment. Nothing, no conviction, nothing like that. So everything I say here in this video is alleged. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm currently getting over something myself, because I couldn't tell if it was hay fever or a cold, but I think it was a cold I had. But because hay fever and cold literally have the same, and I suffer from hay fever, so at times I do not know which one it is, and it really irks me. But yeah, he is being held in custody on suspicion of grievous bodily harm as part of an investigation. And it's a shame, really, because Chris Brown is literally doing a tour soon, and now he's been arrested. Furthermore, one thing that I didn't add here on my notes, but I've just remembered, the man was screaming "Free Tory Lanez." You're in no position to be screaming that. I understand that man may be your friend. That man is probably not even your friend. Let me keep it a buck. People in Hollywood, they're not friends with each other like that. It's all business relationship. You get the odd few that they're actually close, they're actually friends, they actually look out for each other. But like I said, look what's happening to Diddy. He thought all these people were his friend. Now people are selling him out. He's a scapegoat. But just to let you lot know, there's many other people involved in this whole Diddy scandal. Don't just think it's him, you know. Most of your favorite celebrities that artists that you listen to and stuff like that, they're involved as well. It's a matter of who's next, who's coming out in the woodworks. Yeah, I'm not gonna say people's names, but just have some names in your head and be like, this person, yeah, many people were involved. Just many people, yeah. So, yeah. He has been accused of carrying out an unprovoked attack that injured music producer Abi Dayu. One thing I've realized about Chris Brown, he does have a bit of a temper. And as a grown man, you should get that, not get that check, but you should sort yourself out. Because I used to have a temper when I was younger. I used to lash out on people. You actually can't, like, when you get to a certain age, you actually realize you can't be living your life like that. Like, you actually have to take responsibility and, what's the word I'm looking for? Take ownership of what you're doing. You're a grown man. You should, if you really have anger management or stuff like that, that's not an excuse for, like, your behavior, but it's like, take classes or do breathing technique. These things actually work. Or even buy a stress ball. Or can't people just learn to, like, walk away from a situation? But I'll tell you what it is about men, especially straight men as well. Their egos get the best of them. Their egos actually get the best of them. Because you see me, I don't care if people call me a pussy. My videos don't get monetized yet, so I could use certain words for now. I don't care if people call me a pussy or people call me, oh, you're weak. And this is what, again, people live by other people's rules and regulations. I live my life for myself. So if I know that I'm not a way inclined, no other man or no other woman or whoever can come and egg me on to come and do something. It doesn't, like, to me, it's not computing. If I'm not a fighter, so if someone's aggravating me, I'll give you guys a little. I actually drop a little story time. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'll be talking about something. I'll go off topic. When I was on holiday in Greece, my friends will watch it and be like, "Tyre, please don't talk about this." But I lived it. It's my truth. I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna talk about it. But obviously, I'm not gonna mention people's name. When I was on holiday in Greece last year, right? Friendship away. I was away, and we met some stranger. The guy seemed cool. Like, he seemed down to earth, like, cool and that. At the bottom line is, I'm not going to go too much into it. But the bottom line is, it was miscommunication. He was spending all this money on us. Drinks and everything. Like, we were thinking, okay, cool. Like, you're being, like, it's cool. But bearing in mind, we didn't ask for him to do this. He just was doing it, right? And I want you guys to tell me if I was wrong. Because up to this day, I still don't think I was wrong. But in this occasion, I don't mind hearing out what other people have to say regarding this. Cool. The guy was buying us all drinks, this, that, and the third. So when we was in the club now, fast forward, when we was in, he even paid for a cab for us to get into the town. He spent a lot of money. He actually spent a lot of money. When I look back at it, he spent a lot. His bank statement must have been high that month because he spent a lot. But anyway, so we get to the club. And my thing is this, I don't mind buying people drinks. I do not mind buying people drinks, but it's how you go about it. I was buying my friend a shot, and he kind of just came over and asked, oh, and I'll get this as well. And then expecting me to pay without asking. I don't know, me personally, I operate, for me it's respect, okay? And this is where I think the miscommunication went. Just because you was going around buying drinks for people, I don't operate like that. You understand what I'm saying? Me as an individual, I don't operate like that. Me as a complete stranger, I would never in a million years go around and just start buying drinks for random people. I did it. I done it once at the last event I went to, and anyway, let me stop talking my business live on this thing. Anyway, so I don't normally operate where I just go buying strangers drinks or, you know, I meet a bunch of people and I just start buying. No, I don't know you from Adam. I'm so sorry. And I guess everyone thinks differently and everyone is different. But just because you are a certain way, don't expect me to now come and be like that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a thing where it was like, I appreciate you doing all of that, but if you had just asked me saying, bro, have you got this round or could you? Bro, I would have happily done it. But it's the fact that you expected it because you done it. I don't know you. Remember, you're not my brethren. You're not my friend. Yeah, we came together, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys make out of that situation? So obviously now he got heated and he was effing and blinding and doing all this extra stuff. And I'm just watching him. I'm thinking, have fun with all that effing and blinding, but just don't bring that to me, innit? Like, you can get mad if you want. Like, you're actually crying like you're crying like a baby at the moment. Like, okay, cool, you spent all this money, but it's actually not that serious. Like, you're acting as if I'm your man. And I didn't like it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. And then obviously, cool, me and this individual, we went outside and had a conversation. And I said to him, I can't lie, I'm not a confrontational person. Like, if you got an issue with what just happened, let's talk about it here and now. Like, we actually spoke outside. There was no physical altercation. Because like I said, and I will repeat, I am not a confrontational person. I don't like confrontation. The minute I sense confrontation, I actually run. Because it's like, things can be resolved without violence. And it can even be resolved without people raising their voice. Like, I'm a firm believer in these type of things. I believe if you cannot solve a situation without if you have to solve something with beating somebody up or fighting or shouting and screaming, I'm so sorry, you're just ghetto. I said what I said. But anyway, moving on swiftly, we spoke. And I said to him, we handshaked, we kind of hugged it out. I said, okay, cool. Like, it was miscommunication. I said, bro, if you had asked me, I would have brought you the drink, but it's how you went about it. And even he was realizing, I'm thinking, cool. We got back inside now. I can't remember. I can't remember what had happened, but he just switched again. Then he did this. He proceeded to do this. I'm thinking, get your hands off me, because now it's a problem. I'm a person, but now you've put your hands on me. Now there's going to be a problem. My friends got up and they held me back because they knew, and they saw it in my face. I said, now he's put his hands on me. Now there's a problem here. And people saying it's an ego thing. It wasn't an ego thing on my end. I'm so sorry. It really wasn't an ego thing on my end. It really wasn't, because, like I said, I'm not confrontational. It was a thing where it was like he wanted to show, and he was embarrassing himself, because the security guard even came and asked me, "Are you okay?" I don't care if that makes me look like a victim. This is I'm trying to make an example, but I had to tell the story for it to make sense. I don't care if that makes me look moist. I don't care if that makes me look like a pussy. I don't care what. I don't fight. I'm not that way inclined. So I'm not going to ruin my reputation and get myself banned from a country because what? Over me not buying you a drink. Can we actually deep like what we're talking about here? What? But obviously, man's putting his hands on me. I'm going to get heated, because why the fuck are you touching me? Like, don't ever put your... Like, I say this to anybody. If you got a problem with me, learn to use your mouth and talk. Don't put your hands on me. Because things might end up going in a different direction than I want it to go in, but you put your hands on me. So now you've started something that didn't need to go there. You understand what I'm saying? Cool. So with that being said, now we get in the cab. Because we were all like, okay, we're not in the mood to stay out no more. Like, it's not a thing like that. We're waiting for our cab. We get in the cab. Man's all telling me, come round the corner. I'm like, this isn't London. This isn't London. They'll put your ass in jail so quick in this country. This is not London. Behave yourself. Like, you're in a different... This is why they say you can take the man out of London, but you can't take the London out of man, because this how a man's behaving overseas. So I'm really like... I'm just like, wow. Like, we were all cool, and over a little small minor dispute, which could have easily been resolved, and I thought we resolved it. You're heated and you're hot-headed, all telling me SYM and all this thing. And I'm thinking to myself, you think you're doing your big one, you're actually embarrassing yourself. Because I'm not fighting you. I'm not giving you what you want is for us to scrap. That's not going to happen. That's actually not going to happen, because, okay, let's say, for example, now, me and the said individual, we scrapped. What would that have solved? Please, I'm actually, what would that have actually solved? It's about respect. No, respect for me personally is someone that actually knows how to walk away from a situation. Someone that actually knows how to have their head held high while that person is still blah 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 running their mouth. You don't need to. What do I have to prove to who? Please, to my friends? No, I'd have to prove to them that I'm tough in my own unique way. I don't need to fight people to prove that. And this is my example where I'm saying I feel like this is a straight man thing. I feel like it is. You lot have like an ego contest that you lot need to cut that bullshit out, because it's getting you lot into trouble. It's getting you lot into serious trouble. You lot need to cut that bullshit out. He is accused of hitting the victim with a bottle two or three times and punching and kicking it while he was on the floor. It's actually not sounding good for Chris Brown. I'll be so real. Like, this man has, like I said, he has a tour coming up. This type of stuff is not sounding good at all for him. And especially while the man is on the floor, allegedly. Remember, all of this is alleged, by the way. You kicking and punching someone and doing all that while they're on the floor defenseless. Isn't that GBH, people? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that GBH? And Abi Dayu, in an interview, had said he had launched a civil claim against Chris, 12 million in damages after he needed crutches to walk following the alleged attack. So not only did you think that hitting the man with the bottle wasn't enough, kicking and punching him allegedly on the floor, making the man end up on crutches. I would have sued your ass too. Now, you see, now with all these things coming out, like, don't get me wrong, I like Chris Brown's music, but it's like, with that being said now, it's like all these things that's coming out about all these people, it's like, where do I stand? I'm going to keep it real with you because, listen, us as humans, we all pick and choose, you know. I've clocked the pattern. We all pick and choose. Like, you know how many people, when R. Kelly released his Residuals remix, yeah? Or his Residuals, his open mic, whatever it's called. You know how many people said free R. Kelly for one day, let him come and do a concert? That's what I'm saying, we pick and choose. So yeah, Chris Brown has done wrong in the past and he continues to do wrong, but bro, he's one of the best R&B singers going. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't shoot the messenger, but it's facts. Like, the man's one of the best R&B artists going. And he makes good music. I cannot help but listen to his music. I love his music. But some of the shit that he does as a human is shit. We can all agree on that. You understand? And last but not least, Chris Brown is due to play 10 dates in the UK as part of his Breezy Bold XX tour beginning on 15th of June. I hope and I pray that he's learned from this. But I was saying the same thing with the Rihanna situation. And Chris Brown is very, very volatile and he's allegedly, not allegedly because of the Rihanna thing actually happened, but in this case, very violent. Chris is, I know this happened 2 years ago. I know it happened 2 years ago, but it's coming to bite you in the butt right now. My nose is blocked, so sorry if I sound stuffy. But yeah, guys, I don't know what's going on in the House of Commons at the moment. A lot's happening. DDG, I feel like I need to talk about these things. Be sure to follow me on TikTok because I do post small clips and talk about stuff, but in a shortened version if I don't post it on here. So be sure to check it out. And yeah, we've reached the end of this video. That's all I have to say about this whole Chris Brown situation. What do I think is gonna happen? I don't believe he's gonna serve any like proper jail, like go to prison. I personally don't believe that's gonna happen. Okay, let me tell you my conspiracy theory, since everybody wants to be doing up conspiracy theorists nowadays. I believe the man screamed out free Tory yesterday, arrested today. And we'll just end on that note. Guys, we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you like this video, thumbs up. Comment down below what you think about Chris Brown getting arrested in Manchester. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.